Welcome to the Online Success Journey Podcast, your opportunity to discover and learn from entrepreneurs like yourself. This is not your typical podcast, but a place where you can get the real story and find out how real people encounter speed bumps and detours, but journey through to find success. Now here's your host for the Online Success Journey Podcast, Patience.
We are back with episode 330, one of the online success journey. Our guest today is a wonderful entrepreneur who's excited to share the various steps they took to build their business. And you'll want to subscribe right now and ensure you'll never miss a journey like this one. Joining us today is Felly Day, CEO of FellyDay.com, a virtual assistant who's grown her business into a boutique agency. She loves to work with online entrepreneurs that are passionate about what they do. Hello, Felly.
Hi, happy to be here.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hey, my audience are excited to hear your story, but just start by telling us one thing we are going to learn from you today that will help us on our journey to success.
I would probably focus on unlearning a lot of things that we have learned throughout our lives. That's definitely what's helped me reach my version of success.
Wow. I can't wait to hear more about that. But let's get started with the basics. Can you tell my audience a little bit about your background, about what you did before you started your own business?
Yeah, of course. So I am from Vancouver, Canada. So I have done my best to not live there a lot of my life. I used to work in hotels, and then I was actually working as a model and as a background extra in TV and film. So I was working like crazy hours, crazy locations, crazy conditions. And I knew that I wanted to travel full time and leave Canada because I want the sun all the time. So yeah, like while I was working on movie sets, I started growing my VA business and working with clients.
What a background, Felly. I know you mentioned that you are passionate about working with entrepreneurs, but why do you do what you do?
Definitely travel was my main motivator. I was at the point where I would have done anything that could make me an income to be able to live outside of Canada. But I fell in love with being a VA, with working with other clients. Specifically, like I work with a lot of like business coaches, spiritual coaches, just online coaches. And I find it's hard not to get excited working with people who are so passionate and love their life. And so then I get to be like a little part of their business, of their journey, and I get to be in their energy, and that keeps me going. It keeps me wanting to like continue running the agency even as I pursue different things.
Let's put man aside. How do you know you are successful?
My dream my entire life was to leave Canada. Like that was tunnel vision, main focus, and I left in February 2020, and I've been in Mexico the whole time because of the pandemic, but now I'm like looking at moving to Europe, and so I hit my end goal, like I hit the big picture, what I always wanted, and so to me, I am successful.
Tell my audience about the magic moment, the day it suddenly all went right for you.
Ooh, definitely took me a while. It wasn't like when I got on the airplane or when I landed that I was like, I've made it. But I ran like a networking group last year where the first question I asked everyone is, what is your definition of success? Because it can be something that like we're all striving for something, but like, how do you know when you've made it? And I realized like I hadn't updated mine. My definition of success was to be like living outside of my country and living at the beach and like living off of my own means. And now I have new goals, but no matter what, like I've already made it, I've already reached my definition of success for myself, and everything else is just like icing on top.
What have you learned from business as a whole?
Oh man. I feel like my business has like triggered all of the inner healing, like all your insecurities come to the front when you work for yourself, because you just like, you're analyzing your actions. You're like, you see like a mirror of yourself all the time. Oh, I've done like some deep digging. I knew I needed to work on like self-trust, on confidence, on, I wouldn't say like body issues, but like I definitely consider myself a lazy person. And so like seeing all these other people go, selling constantly, showing up with a full face of makeup, it was like, ooh, like how can I be a better human?
Wow. How could you say you had to work on your confidence? You mentioned you're a model, an actress. Those things you have to be confident.
It's not body confidence that like I don't think I have self-esteem issues or like self-image issues, but when it came to selling my knowledge, I needed to be confident that I am an expert, that I know what I'm talking about. And I think like I grew up in a family that's very education based, like your degree matters, the piece of paper on your wall is important, and I never went to university. So like when I got into marketing, which is something so many people get degrees in, it kind of felt like, can I call myself a marketer? Can I charge people multiple 4-figure investments to work with me to use my brain? Because I'm self-taught. I'm guessing half the things I'm doing and like learning as I go and creating my own methods. I didn't study this. I didn't go to university for this.
What is the secret to creating a profitable agency?
Ooh. Definitely. I've done so many mistakes in this area, but having like being clear on your profit margins, because I think a lot of people avoid looking at their numbers in business. I mean, in life in general, like your income numbers, but you need to make sure that what you're charging your clients and then what you have to pay your team and then all the other expenses that come into it.
What are you still doing in a way you work that you just know you have to stop doing?
I'm not sure, because I feel like I've changed a lot of things recently. Like with my team, I would like to have more connection points and like team calls and stuff, but I just continue to not. I don't really take a lot of calls in any sides of my business. But I think like I've noticed recently like how important connection is, and so like with my agency, I would like to have more team connections.
What is the most dangerous belief an online entrepreneur can have?
Probably that I'm not ready. It's like the saying, like, tomorrow never comes, because there is always another tomorrow. So if you say I'm going to start on Monday, if you say I'm going to start tomorrow, it's like, no, you need to do it today. You need to do it now.
If you could rerun the first year of your business, what would you definitely not do?
I wouldn't charge hourly as long as I did. I think charging hourly makes sense when you're like learning, when you're understanding like how long things take you. But I charged hourly for way too long, and it definitely like I could have made way more money. I could have made my agency way more profitable from the beginning, you know?
How do you make yourself get back on track when something goes wrong?
Have a cry, take a nap, maybe journal, maybe meditate. Depends what went wrong and if I'm sad or if I'm mad.
What is the most valuable thing you have ever given away?
I guess my time. Like, time is so important, right? And I've done like a couple free coaching calls. I've done webinars and stuff. So yeah, giving my time away, I hope the other people see the value in it, you know?
As you mentioned that in your business now you have an agency. Do you have a coach yourself? Do you have a mentor?
Right now I don't. I did a 6-month mastermind like January till June, and I like to take breaks in between coaches to like really digest everything and like really process, and also make sure that I'm listening to myself and not listening to someone else.
What is the most valuable thing your coach has told you?
My last coach, she was really focused on like having fun, making sure you're enjoying it. Like, stop trying to do things because you think you have to, because you think you should. Like, it should be enjoyable to you. This is your business.
What is one thing that has contributed to your success?
I would definitely say all the mindset work I've done. Like, I have been like working on myself and my thoughts and my beliefs for like easily 2 years consistently. And it's just completely changed me as a person, but also my outlook on life. And I don't know if 2 years ago I would view myself as successful now, when there's so many people online making or running 7-figure businesses, hitting 6K in one or 6 figures in 1 year. Like, it can get discouraging when you compare yourself to others. But I just remember, like, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the lifestyle that I get to live. I don't care if I'm not making $1 million. I don't need $1 million right now. I can make $1 million later.
What advice would you give for people who are out there also trying to think that, okay, there's no 9 to 5 anymore? Everyone knows what happened in 2020. So what advice would you give them if they want to move on to online?
Oh, I would say all the power to you. Like, I think 9 to 5 needs to go. It does not take everyone 8 hours to do the same thing. As a service provider, I can charge someone $1,000 and it may take me 2 hours to do it, but to them it would have taken them weeks because it's about my expertise, So if you want to leave the 9 to 5 culture, remember that you're not answering to anyone else anymore, and there is literally no income ceiling. There's no needing to ask for raises. You are completely in charge of all the things that you like gave away in a 9 to 5, your time and your income.
What grounds you?
What grounds me? Lately I've been listening to binaural beats and definitely just sitting, like, listening to water flowing. Waterfalls are the best, but I accept the beach because I live at the beach.
I think you're going to be a mermaid.
I would love to live underwater.
What is one thing no one knows about you?
I'm really open and transparent, so I'm not sure if there's one thing no one knows about me because I've done a lot of posts saying this is something no one knows about me. So I would say that I'm a hopeless romantic. Like, I think a lot of people, like, I'm pretty blunt, I'm really confident, and I just want to be swept off my feet. I just want to find my future husband, This is not an invitation, though.
Whoever it is free and ready.
I'm like, I hope no one listens to this and messages me like, I'm your husband.
Yes, that's how things start. Wow. Thank you for sharing. What is the most important question to ask someone who's bought from you?
I always want to know, like, why someone came to me. Like, what was the determining factor, the thing that flipped the switch for you, And I think for me, it helps, with like writing my marketing, my copy and content, but also it helps me understand like what is helping people to connect with me, which parts of myself people are liking. Like, is it my transparency? Is it my humor? Is it teaching style,
Let's talk about your business. Tell us more about it and who can join.
So I run what I call a dual business. I have the agency. We do content repurposing, email marketing, and Pinterest marketing. And my clients are all like influencers, coaches, course creators type of people. The main focus is generally more visibility, more growth, and a lot of the times it's about diversifying the platforms that they're using. A lot of my clients are on Instagram, but they want to start a blog, or they want to get on Pinterest, or they want to utilize a Facebook group. And then I also work as a marketing mentor. So I do like strategy sessions with all types of service-based businesses on whatever focus they want, whether it's like your messaging or your like finding your audience or, you know, just anything marketing related, finding your voice.
And where can we find you and how can we connect with you?
Definitely Instagram or TikTok are where I spend most of my time. Both of them are Felly Day. And then I have my website as well, fellyday.com.
Thank you. There will be more from Felly in a moment. If you are listening to this on a podcasting platform and you are encouraged by Felly's journey, please go to our website at onlinesuccessjourney.com. The site has tons of audio clips from hundreds of successful entrepreneurs' guests' journeys, all there to help you find a path to your own online success journey. The site offers exclusive members-only content, and you can join absolutely free and be part of this amazing online success community today. Check it out. That's onlinesuccessjourney.com. Now, Felly, I would love for you to share more with my audience if you're up for it.
Yeah, of course.
Do you like to watch movies or read books?
Read books, definitely.
Tell us, what is your favorite book that has some relevance to being an entrepreneur?
The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, like, changed my whole mindset. I think it's one of those things, like, I read it at the right time, and I was like trying to understand the law of attraction and having an abundant state of mind, and then I read that book and it just, everything clicked.
If your business was down to its last $100, how would you invest it?
I guess it would depend where I was at, like why I only had $100, what I would invest it on.
I don't know.
Maybe in an intensive, or I feel like I would just save it if I only had $100.
Buy food?
Yeah, like maybe get some sushi.
Okay. What is the best business book you have ever read?
I really liked The 4-Hour Work Week, but I didn't like Tim Ferriss's tone of voice. Like I don't like when it feels like the person, like the book you're reading is being condescending towards you. So in that sense, I would say The Chillpreneur just like spoke to me because I'm so like relaxed, low energy, like take things easy. And that book just affirmed that you can do that and be successful.
Okay, maybe there is something about this 4-hour week. I haven't finished it.
It's really long. It felt like he was yelling at me half the time.
What reassurance have you got for my audience who are not quite there yet?
That if you stick with it, if you're dedicated, it will always work out. Be resilient in your business.
How long did it take you to pay yourself a salary out of your business?
I would say when I was at 4 months, I had 5 clients. So at that point, I was making money. I had like paid off the investments I had and like had my system set up. So I'd started paying myself, putting things into savings. Doesn't mean that, but yeah.
Hey, what happened then?
I think like 4 months in, I had like 5 clients. 5 months in, I had like 2 clients. And then 6 months, I had like 9 clients. So it was like a bit of an up and down for a minute there, you know?
If you're going to keep a note to yourself in your handbag every day, what would be written on it?
I have a wall of affirmations. I'm like, what should I choose today? Probably that the universe always has my back. I feel like that can account to anything in life, and it's a good reminder.
What would you be doing in 5 years' time?
Hopefully living at the beach with my husband.
Someone out there, please.
Single, but like I just want to be married. I just want my person. I'm like,
nothing wrong with it. So now we are successful. We are ready for marriage and home and children. Okay. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to invite me.
I'll let you know when the wedding is.
Okay. What is your next chapter then?
I want to move to Europe, which obviously has a way higher cost of living than Mexico. So I want to get to the place where I can pay myself more so that I adjust to my new cost of living. And yeah, like a whole new country, or hopefully multiple countries, and I'm definitely stepping more into the mentoring and just letting my agency grow on its own because it's very referral based at the moment. So letting the agency like run in the background while I start working one-on-one with people. I'd say that's next.
Do you feel like you succeeded or like you're only on the way?
I feel like I've succeeded and I'm on the way to more. Like I've achieved greatness, but there's so much more to have.
Will you ever stop?
Could you ever stop?
Well, after children and the husband, how are we going to do?
I think like my business will definitely evolve to involve less of me, you know, like maybe more passive programs, maybe more email marketing, more behind the scenes things. But I think I will always like be an entrepreneur, like till I die. There's too many ideas in my head.
Remind us how we can connect with you.
On Instagram at Felly Day, on TikTok Felly Day, or my website fellyday.com.
Felly, it's been great to have you here to share your online success journey with us.
Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Remember, success is a journey. Don't wait. Let's start the journey. Patience and Felly.
This is not the end of the journey. We hope you've enjoyed listening to Patience and her guest and want you to know there are hundreds of episodes available at onlinesuccessjourney.com. Patience would like to thank you for listening to the podcast, and she has a free gift for you on her website, including an audio compilation of her guests' best tips, uplifting stories, and even a bit of fun. Additionally, there are special clips of over 250 episodes that have never aired on the podcast, and they're only available to members of the Online Success Journey. Check the website and click on Join Now to get free and instant access. Of course, you know that listening to the journeys of others helps each of us chart our own path, so make sure you're subscribed on your favorite platform to be notified as each new interview is posted. There are so many ways to stay connected to the Online Success Journey and listen in. And if you're enjoying the podcast, we appreciate your help in telling others. One of the best ways to share the benefit you get is to rate and review the podcast at iTunes and other sites. We appreciate your help and your willingness to share your journey. One last thing. If you're feeling a bit lost or overwhelmed on your own journey, Patience can help. Check out her course on clarity while you're at the website. Finding clarity is a great way to get back on the right path. On behalf of Patience, and until next time, thanks once more for listening. It is our hope that this podcast will guide you on your own online success journey.